I don't know, I guess if you guys just want to share what your level of knowledge about Canva is and kind of what you know about it or what you're wanting to use it for too, just so I can get a gauge.
I I have used it just to make like a little business ID card,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all I've done so
Okay,
far. But it was kind of easy because I just used one of their like little templates, and then I just put my information in there.
great. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's super simple, especially if you're utilizing templates that they already have. But otherwise, yeah, you can do a lot of different things with it. Colleen, how about you?
I have not done much.
Okay. Well, then this is just going to kind of be an overview. I have a presentation. I'm going to go through some of that and then we can go through and kind of look at a few things in Canva. Now, if you don't have the paid account, like there's going to be some things that you just might not have access to because there is a subscription account, but you can do a lot, basically almost anything that you want with a free account. It's just you might not have all of the tools, all of the different you know resources at your fingertips. So I'm just going to kind of go through some basics and kind of like what you can use it for. So it's a design tool that can help real estate agents create visuals for marketing, help you with branding, and also communication. So it really is a one-stop shop for any type of marketing material you might need or design. And so if you're needing to design something or you're wanting to focus on branding or have a cohesive marketing flyer plan or create your own listing guide or buyer's guide, things like that, you can do like all of that in Canva. um, the key features are, we just talked about having templates. You can choose from hundreds of customizable templates. You literally can type in anything. So, like business card, and then the first thing that will come up is templates. You also then have the ability to create your own design too, but using a template then kind of has things laid out, or you might like a design that's already in there, and then you can make it your own. It's very easy to use, drag and drop. You can create graphics, and it has editing tools in there, branding tools. So if you do want to dip your toe into creating a custom logo and color schemes, you can do that as well. Like it's really any type of design need that you could think of. Canva has it all. So, in getting started, if you haven't already, but it sounds like everyone does, you just need to sign up for a free account at the minimum. If you do want to pay, you can. That's your choice. Like I said, there are some premium features that if you only have the free, it would show like, hey, this is a locked one. So I think it has a crown on it or something, and that means it's premium and that you wouldn't have access to that, whether it's a template, a graphic, a photo, like any of those types of things. There's a lot of free things though too, so you can get by at least for very basics in just the free account. So here, I need to let someone in. Tracy, I'm going to make you a co-host again if you could let people in if they're coming, just because I can't see my screen when I'm doing the presentation. Okay, so if you haven't, then go ahead, set up your account. You can explore templates then. Also, you can customize designs, so you can personalize your chosen designs with your information. If you do have a logo, or with like the Realty One Group logo, things like that. And then it's as easy as just downloading and sharing it. An example is if you're creating a social media graphic, like a static image that just has maybe like market stats numbers, and it's just a static image, meaning it's just like a photo that you can just go ahead and then download that and then upload it to whatever social media you want. Or if you have like a newsletter that you do, or you wanted to include it in an email that you're sending out, or you create a buyer's guide or listing guide, then you would just download it and then you can utilize that design. So that's how it works. A great option for agents would be personalizing flyers. So, learning how to customize property flyers in Canva. So, for instance, if you do create, an open house flyer that you could customize that. We do, at least for now, and I don't know if anything's changing, but for now, we do have a virtual assistant that can help with some social media needs. So, like if you have an open house, you join the WhatsApp social media channel and you can request that from her. But that's what she uses is she's just going into Canva and creating these things. So personalizing flyers. Another thing that you can use specifically for agents is social media and listing presentations. I kind of talked about that. We do have ones that are pre-designed templates that ROG has created that then you could download that template and then customize it with your information and all of that stuff as well. Or you can create your own. So there's a lot of different ways that you can utilize it for your own business. Branding materials, we kind of talked about that. If you're creating letterhead or business cards, my opinion is, Canva is a great tool. If you're not necessarily creative and want to spend the time doing it, there are other programs or companies, I should say, that you can go to that have pre-designed marketing materials that you can buy. Like a good example is business cards. Now, if you want to design your own, that's fine, but you need to make sure they're compliant with Trek advertising guidelines and all of that. So, what I suggest just for time and efficiency, since it's a business card, it's nice to have, but don't necessarily waste your time, is going to a website like Markful and utilizing their pre-design because they have our specific company, Realty One Group Prosper. They have our branding. So you can go in there and order pre-designed marketing materials already. So, but again, Canva's a great option for if you're wanting to kind of do other things on your own. So, elevating your marketing with Canva. You know, when we're talking about, I'm not sure where these numbers are coming from. I had AI help me and I didn't go through everything, but as far as like it can even do some editing for videos and things like that, like if you have your own branding in there. Again, using the templates can help cut down on time, makes it easier. I don't know. I didn't mean to delete that one. So that's just kind of the basics of Canva. So now we'll get into just a few things that you can do that are very basic. So when you log in, you're going to have a home screen. Mine's going to look probably a little bit different. But it should show all of your recent designs. And that's just how the layout is it has a search toolbar here asking what you want to do. And the default now for the past few months, I think, has been Canva AI. So if you look here, that's what's highlighted here on the menu bar is Canva AI. You also could just search for templates. That means that are any templates that are in Canva that have been allowed to be shared. And then you can also just search for your designs. So you just want to make sure that when you're using this search toolbar, you know which selection is up there, because if you're trying to search through your designs and then you just start typing in here, it's asking like, hey, how can I bring your idea to life, right? So if I'm wanting to search for something that I created, like buyer's guide, then it's going to pull up, the recent buyer's guides that I've been working on and anything that I have there. But otherwise, if you just have recently worked on things, when you're at your Canva home, it should show all of your recent designs here. You can create things like folders too for organizing. I'm not really going to get into all the organizing stuff. Like that stuff that if you are really using it a lot, then yeah, you want to consider making sure that your information is stored so you know where to go to find things. It makes it a lot easier that way. But if you're just coming in here and you're wanting to create, let's just say it's a basic social media post that you're wanting to do, you'll see that this kind of search bar here has some basics of different things that you can do without searching your designs and templates. So if you already know 100%, hey, yeah, I'm wanting to create something for Instagram post, you can go ahead and click on that and it's going to open up that. If you go to social media, see all, it's going to talk, or it's going to list the most common things that you might be wanting to do here in for social media. So it starts with the popular ones, a Facebook post, an Instagram story, which is a story on Instagram. You can come in here and design your own Instagram profile picture. So you could upload one of your photos, but then like put other stuff with it or something like that. An Instagram reel, which is a video on Instagram. The story is actually the story. The reel is the reel that goes into the Instagram reels section. And then Instagram post has YouTube thumbnail. If you're on YouTube and you're making videos, you can come in here and design custom thumbnails that you could use. And then it has a bunch of different other things. So literally anything that you could think of. But then it also here, when you're creating design, it's going to have like the most common, let's see, it's frozen. Let's just exit it and go back. Okay. All right, so back here, Canva home, go back to social media all. You'll also see that it has popular social media templates. This can give you ideas on things to do or create as well, or just give you a template because like say you know that you're wanting to share like, hey, search for like you have a let's just say you have a concept of let's find one here. Like, this is great. Tips for first time buyers. Like, this is one you could almost immediately use. Like, say you like this one and that you're going to post in your own content of 5 tips, or you're going to post it in the caption. You would just come and click here and it's going to open that up. And then you can edit everything that's on here. And you'll see that it has another slide too. So you can personalize all of this. You can come in here and personalize colors. You just want to make sure that you are making updates. So like this it says reallyGreatSite.com. So if you're going to use templates, make sure that you are actually looking through it and you're editing. So if you don't want to list your website, that's fine, but then go ahead and just delete that and remove it. Otherwise, if it's on there, someone might see it and it's just going to look unprofessional, right? So I can remove those. Say I did want to have that and I just made a mistake for whatever function I just did. They do have things. It's very easy to use. So undo, and then you can go in here. And if you're wanting to type in your website, then you can just change it. So website.com, colors, things like that. You can change all of these things. So if you click on anything, you'll see what you're kind of have the options of editing. So like here, when I click on, I'll make it a little bit bigger. Click on that one, you see that that's the color. Say I want to change the color scheme for those number buttons. I can go ahead and just click on that and say I like this light orange color. Ooh, that's not good. Let's just say I like this purple color. You'll see that it only is changing that one, right? Canva's really cool. It's intuitive. It's trying to help you all the time. When I just clicked on that, this option right here shows, do you want to change all? So any of those little round circles that were that color, do I want to change them all to the purple? Well, yeah, then I don't have to spend time doing it individually, and that changes it all. Say I look at it and I'm like, ugh, no, I don't really like that. And I kind of like the other color. So I'm just going to go back. If I click back, it goes back to that first step. And then if I click back again, it goes back to, oh, I first picked that light orange and then there. So this is just to show it's very easy. You're not going to mess anything up. You can play around with it, really customize it, make it your own. I think a big thing that people need to understand too is once you have your design, whatever it is, done, you'll then need to download it. So it's going to be here in Canva. Say this is all done. I like how it looks. It's fine, perfect. I've reviewed it, looks great, setup's nice, all of the words, everything I like, it's done. Okay. How you go ahead and take that design from Canva is you're going to need to go ahead and download it. And this is, I'm going to use this as an Instagram reel, right? So a reel is a video. So I know that I need to download it as a video file. So when I click on share, that's the option for any type of sharing of this design, right? So downloading is included in that. When I click on share, it's going to give me all of these options. I want to download it so that I can use it. If you do have your own account, you can connect it. I don't know about the connection between Canva and Instagram. I don't have the brokerage one connected. I just download it and I upload it. So I actually have Canva on my phone, and so I just download it on my phone and then upload it on Instagram. But this is just to show you the steps that you take. If you download it on your desktop, it's going to be on your desktop. And if you're not logged into Instagram on your computer, it's going to be harder. So that's why if you download Canva on your phone, it might make things simpler. Come here to the desktop and do all of your editing. And then you can go to the app on your phone and go ahead and download it and then upload it onto Instagram. So let's just, for argument's sake, let's say I'm on my phone. So I'm on the Canva app. I'm still going to go to the share and download, and it defaults because it knows that this is this creation or this task was an Instagram reel. So it was set up as a video. So the file type, it defaults and is suggested, hey, I recognize this is a video. So it's suggesting what type of file you download. You just need to be aware of this because sometimes you're using different design or templates, and maybe you don't intend for it to be a video, but you created it. And you're just wanting it to be, an image. You can come here and you can download it differently. So like if I were to download this as a JPEG, it's going to download both this one as an image or a JPEG, same thing. JPEG is an image file, and this one, but they wouldn't be videos, right? You could still post them if you wanted, but obviously on social media, it's more engaging having the video, and that's how you created it. So I'm going to come down here and I want to download it as a video. So you also can select the pages. So say if you come in here and you have like a running design and you just duplicate this and then change out the images, because maybe you like the look of it, and every few weeks you post what is it? What did it say? 5 tips. Like you could change that to top 5 list or market stats, like 5 things you need to know. And say you just want to keep reusing this, you could create and add more pages, like just come in here and duplicate this and then just change this, right, for your post in 2 weeks and have it have different information, a different video file, all of those things. So that's why when you come here to the share and download, it does have an option that you can select certain pages. So if you have more that you're using, then you just come in here and make sure you're only selecting the ones you want. Obviously, this design, this video, it has these 2, and so both of them are selected, and that's what you want. And you want it as an MP4, a video file. So then you just would download it. Again, let's say it's on your phone. Once you have it downloaded, it should be in your camera roll, that then when you go to Instagram, you click on Reels, and then you can go ahead and just select that from your camera roll and then upload it. So super, super simple, super easy. There's a lot that you can do, but also you can do just the basics. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. What I say, how to best learn it is to get in there and just kind of play around, right? If you make a mistake, you can always undo, right? You have to undo, like you can't close out of the design and then come back later and then be like, oh, I didn't like that last thing I did, undo that. It has to be active when you're in that current design, right? So like if I close this, like let's say I change this color to that, and I only change that one, and say I close out of this, by accident or whatever. And then I come back to that design later because I want to finish editing it, and I click on it. Now, when I go here to this second page, see it has that different color, but I don't want that. I don't have the option to just go back and change that because I closed out of it. So you would have to come back here, click on it, and then change it manually. So that's just an example. Trying to think of the most helpful tips and tricks. Is there anything else specific that you guys are kind of looking for Canva to help you do specifically that I can kind of talk to or run through for you?
You do.
I'm sorry?
I do. I have a
Yeah.
question. So, on the, Carlin has those little books for, buyer presentation and seller presentation.
Mhm.
And do those come from, where did those come from?
So the ones that she has, or that she said that there's ones that we have templates for.
Yes.
Mhm.
Where would
Those
I,
are in Canva,
they're in
and
Canva?
you can, yep, and we can share the template with you. So I do have them on the portal. So if you like links to where to go to get the template. So in company document, and I might have to update them, but they should be in here. So
Okay.
it's in company documents, and I believe the buyer's one is in here. Let me see. Buyer's guide. Okay. So here's the template for it. Like if you copy this and then you're logged into yours, it should take you to the template that you can then edit for yourself. So then you would come here and you can, and I'll just type it in to, this is the buyer's one. So that's the buyer's guide. That's a template. Again, when you copy that URL and you are logged into your Canva, it's going to pop up like this, right? So then you need to hit edit template. What that does is it gives you that template in your Canva account. Now you are an owner of a copy of that you can edit and do anything with. So you can
Okay.
change the photos out. You are going to want to make sure you go through and look at stuff and make sure everything's accurate. But like there's a page for you to edit information about yourself, things like that. So you really want to pay attention that you're not like, I think we have placeholders in for a lot of stuff, but you want to come in and make it your own. But this is just an easy way that, hey, we have one that's already pre-designed that then you can come in and edit, but you need to make sure you go page by page and edit it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We do have a seller's one too. I'll go ahead and put that in the comments. A template for that for listings. Let's see. Canva templates. I think these are the most recent ones. So if you look at them and they don't look like it, because obviously in the past year, there's been a lot of change in the industry, right? If you look at it and information looks off or wrong, like, check with Carlin, make sure that your information's accurate, because you don't want to just, as with anything in real estate, don't trust everything. You need to make it your own and look at it. So here's a template for one that's a listing that, again, you just copy that URL. I just posted it in the chat on Zoom, and then you can click edit template. But again, it's in our company documents, and then by the folder of what it is. So the buyer's one is there in the buyers, the sellers is there in the listing. And so those are ones that, yeah, we do have already kind of pre-designed, but make sure you kind of go in and edit it and make it your own for sure.
Okay. So do I need to go ahead and copy and paste that now, or can I just go in through our?
You can either copy and paste those now so you have them, or
just
I've
go-
shown you here on the company portal on our
Okay,
website where you would go to get those links.
perfect. Thank you.
Yep. And this is being recorded too. So if you need to reference the video and where to go, that you can do that. So
Thank you.
that is that. Is there anything else on Canva that people are kind of wanting to? Because, I can get into some other stuff, but it's really whatever you wanting to do. Like if you're wanting to start searching for a template, say you do want to kind of make your own open house flyer. Like I said, we have a resource right now for that can help you. But say you want to for some reason, my first step would be I would come here to templates and I would type in open house flyer. And then I'm just going to go ahead and search and see. And you'll see that a lot of different templates come up here. Not necessarily all of them are just open house, like this one's back to school, but it's pretty intuitive at this search function, that it's going to find you a lot of templates. Like you'll be able to see when you're prompting it, just make it as plain basic as possible when you're searching for a template. Like if I am very specific about something that I want, I might start by going to Canva AI. So I'm asking it to create something. Like for example, say you're doing a group open house with 2 other agents because there's 3 listings around on the same neighborhood and you guys want to do a joint open house, like, hey, visit all of us and enter to win a gift card. Well, these open house ones are really specific for like one open house, right? So yeah, you could come and spend the time editing all that. Or maybe you could try to use Canva AI and say, create an open house flyer for 3 properties that are doing a joint open house on Saturday, September 27th. Like we can get really specific. I'm just going to type in a few more things and show you kind of what it pops out just to like blow your mind on what it can do with this. Give a space for a photo for each house and little description of each property with contact information for each listing agent. Do it in clean, minimal, neutral colors. Let's just see what it creates, right? So I just told Canva basically, I want an open house flyer. It's 3 different properties. Give me a space for each photo, property description, and then contact information for each. So let's just see what it gives me based off of that prompt. It's going to, and it might not get exactly because their AI is still like none of these are giving me 3 different photos. So I might have to go and clarify. I need 3 different photos that I can put the 3 different property photo into 3. I mean, it's still coming a long way, but like you might be able to play around with it. And then it's the prompting too. So I'm not sure exactly how to best work it for prompting. Let's see if these give us any better results. And they also might give you a starting point. Like here, okay, fine. This is basics. Let me come in here and then I can just go ahead and play around with it. It's not exactly what I wanted. The prompting, it might be my fault. It might be the AI, it's still learning. But like here that I could play around with it. Like it only has 2 photos here, but look, this is a good size. I could come in here, delete this one because it's not really working for what I need. And then just copy this one twice and then put that and then just start playing around with it, right? And then put my property details for each next to it and play around with it. It might be a prompting thing. Like I would probably start by going back and prompting clearer and just giving it the specifics of saying, hey, give me 3 equal size photo areas, each with a comment section underneath and each with a contact details section. Like maybe that's how I'd prompt it and then I would redesign it that way. But, it's just fun to play around with. I wouldn't spend a lot of time too if you're running into roadblocks, either, do a, have have AI help you. You could ask ChatGPT, "Hey, this is what I'm looking for. How can I prompt Canva to do it for me?" So like here I'll go into Claude. I'll just go into my Claude account. This is now laying upon our information that we learned yesterday in our AI class. So I'm just going into my Claude account, and let's see if it can help prompt me. Oh, I thought I had one. So let's just go here. Okay. So help me create a Canva prompt for a joint open house for 3 properties. I need a photo of each house with a space for description of each, and then contact information for each 3 listing agents for this Saturday. So now I'm asking it to help me create a Canva prompt that I can use. So this is it does it all out for me. So this probably would have been the smarter of like, hey, let's see because it's already learning and doing those things anyway. So let's see if it can kind of help me minimize the time and be more efficient in how I'm creating these. So then I would just come back here. I'm going to just paste that prompt into Canva AI, and then I can see what it pops up with. It still might not be perfect. So you could go back to chat and then say, hey, edit it to make sure XYZ happens, right? But that way you don't have to spend all your time writing the prompt too. So it's just about working smarter, not harder. Like this one looks pretty cool, right? And that took me 2 minutes. And then I can be the hero for these other listing agents because everyone's struggling getting their listings seen. I can come in here and make it more visible, do all of add the photos in here, all the things, and then just be done with it. So pretty cool what it can do. It's just our minds are our limitation. So is there anything else that we can kind of talk about or go over for Canva and how to utilize it? Or have you been using it and you're wanting to try to find a more efficient way? Is there anything else like that?
So I'm trying to figure out how to put like a button on my post and then the link, you push it and there's a link or something, whatever you're looking for,
On a post for what?
like on Instagram.
So you wouldn't be able to do a live post. Like it's not going to link to anything. You would have, if you're wanting to add a link, you would need to do that on Instagram. So I guess like an example
Okay, okay.
is like you would want, like, say this is a button and you're wanting it to say like click here or whatever, and they click there and it goes somewhere. Is that what you're wanting?
Yeah,
Okay. So you could design it on Canva, but then when you post it on Reels, you can't have a link in a reel. But on your story, you could. So if this was just a story and
okay.
you're like, check out my latest blog post, click here, then you could have that designed, download this. And then when you put it into your stories on Instagram, you could add the link and then have it, hidden behind there so that when they tap on click here, it goes to that link. But like on your feed, there's not an option to do like a click here, like a link. You can't do that on like a reel or a post. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, there are cool ways that you can use it so that on your stories, like if you want to say, look at this property, or like check out this property. So then you could do that, design it and say like, this is the house, right? Like, let's just go here and let's say this is the house. So then I put the picture, let's just delete all that. and then you say that this is here, that's the photo, and then you already have that on there, then you could download this and put it on your Instagram story. And when you're in your Instagram story editing it before you post it, you do have the option in Instagram to add a link. So then you could add the link and then it would make it like it's a live link. Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go to a class on that.
Well, it's something that like it's very, very niche what you're looking to do. So, and it's only on Instagram stories that you could even do that.
Okay, okay.
I'm just sharing that yes, it would be possible that you could say like, here, check out this property or click on this property. You could do that on Instagram stories specifically. But you can't do it on a reel. You can't do it on like a photo post because those don't have the option on Instagram to have a link, if that it makes
So,
sense.
for instance, I was trying to take the Canva one for the ice cream cone day, and I wanted to put if do you like sprinkles or no sprinkles, and tell them to
Mhm.
meet me for, and I get them a cone. Anyway,
Mhm.
I didn't know how to do it and I couldn't figure it out. So,
Mhm. Well, it sounds like there's 2 different things there. So it sounds like you were asking them to you wanted them to take a poll of if they like sprinkles or not. You can do that on Instagram. Like that's a feature on Instagram stories that you could do.
okay.
So, like, if you just posted it on here and you put it on a reel, then no, they're not gonna be able to click on it and provide a response, right?
Only on
Like, they could
stories.
put it in the caption, like, they could comment on that video or post and say, "Yeah, I like sprinkles," or, like, in Instagram Reels, like, you can add a poll in the caption section, right? But, like, not on the design on the video reel, if that makes sense.
Right, right. Okay.
Yeah, but really cool things that you can do. So yeah, you can do a lot of those things. It's just you have to understand, the functionality of and what you're wanting to do. So like if I wanted to do a poll on Instagram, like in my stories, like there's an option to just create a poll. But if I was doing it on a reel, then I might say, are you a sprinkles or no sprinkles person? And I would put that on the video, like here in Canva, yes, yes, sprinkles, and then, create another one. Yeah, just copy that all and then put no or none for me. And then like for this, obviously doesn't really make sense to do that. And then it looks like that. And then you could just put, like comment below and then they could put it in the captions. So like you could just say, or you can say that in the caption on the post, comment below. So like you could post it on there and then you could try to be getting engagement by saying comment on this reel. Are you a sprinkles? Yes, sprinkles or none for me, So yeah, you can do different things with it.
Okay. Okay.
The sky is the limit, that's for sure. um as far as like integrating the two, it's just like, yeah, you need to understand what you're wanting to do so you can design and create the videos in Canva using the templates. But then like if you're wanting to add a link, or like say you do write a blog, right, and you're wanting people to go and visit your website so they read your blog, then yeah, you could create a story for that and then you could link the blog in the story. So there's different options to kind of get people to do other things or to go different places. That's for a good possibility too.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Another good thing that you can do too is use any of these templates and do things like with the market update. Unlock obviously puts up market stats. Like you could even do your own if you're really wanting to focus on a specific area. Say you're trying to really work a certain area because you want to get more listings there, or you have a listing there and you're wanting to try to get more listings. Go to MLS, get the stats, then you could create something in Canva that then you can post. And then you could even include on the post like, here's the market stats and check out my listing in the neighborhood, right? And then you could go above and beyond and do like a targeted ad for a certain zip code on Facebook or Instagram, and then have that ad be fed to people who are in that zip code. So there's a lot that you can do, but it's really just start with what you know, and then go and play around with some things, and then just kind of build on it from there. Was there anything else that you guys kind of thought looked cool from looking at the main screen on Canva and other things you could do, or wanted to kind of review while we have some time here? Presentation, that's another good thing. Like I created and didn't spend enough time editing the Canva basics. Like I forgot some slides in there, but you can do presentations in there. So say you have an out of town client, and yeah, you have your listing guide, but what if you want to make a specific presentation based on their home? They don't live here anymore, but they have reached out to you to ask you to help them sell their home. Well, you can send your listing guide, but what would be cool is maybe creating a presentation of how you would sell their home. So you could do like a personalized presentation, and just create like a blank one. You can do it all your own, or you can search for templates like so real estate property. So you could just come in here and like this one has like, this is a whole template. Like, let's just say I kind of like the look out of it. I would come in here and be like, put in the address 123 Main Street, change everything, put your contact information. Like, how cool would that look? Like, if you're already going to meet with someone virtually, have something that's them specific. You could put your CMA in here, like come in here, put a map of their house and like what's around it and what you know about the area. Have AI help you design a whole thing of saying, hey, this seller reached out to me. I'm going to create a presentation in Canva. What's things that I should know about as a listing agent here? Like, again, you need to check and verify everything, but then come in here and create a whole Canva presentation that then when you meet virtually with them, or if you're over the phone, you could literally just send it to them and say, hey, I sent this to you. Like, we can go through it. This is my plan. We can go through it page by page, or you can just have it for you to look over. And then we could talk about it. And then you can say what you know about the neighborhood, put the market stats of the neighborhood in there. Obviously you change all this. If you have photos of the house already that they sent you, you can include those. If you don't, then you can change things out and do other things. Then you can even have an area where, it's like a call to action of like, hey, I've put all this information, here's the next step. So it could really be a tool that helps you with listing presentations too. So
love that.
I hope it's not too overwhelming. It's hard to go into everything without it being too much, but I'm just trying to give you kind of a peek behind the curtain. Hopefully this is something that is seen as exciting. Like, hey, when I come to the point of, yes, I know I need to do something, then Canva might be a good resource for that. Everything is meant to just be, how can this help my business, right? So if you're not at that right now and your focus is, I need to call my leads or I need to have conversations, then just put a pin in Canva and make your calls and have those conversations. And then as you meet with people and you think of different cool things that you could potentially do for your business, like spend the time and put it on your calendar and work on those things. And hopefully it is something that can then help streamline your business,
Yeah.
Well, great. If you guys don't have anything else, I mean, I'm happy to show other things, but if you don't have anything else, then just, I'm going to respect your time too.